Welcome, everybody. Um, Congratulations to our 2025 Distinguished Educators. I'm Dr. Kim Osterhaus, and I'm the chair of the Education Committee. And I would like to just start with an overview of the DEGN recognition. So the Distinguished Educator in Gerontological Nursing Award Program began in 2018. To date, we have more than 220 individuals who have received the recognition. The program is based on the 7 gerontological nurse educator competencies that were developed and published by members of the NHCGNE, the board. Those who receive the DEGN recognition demonstrate their body of work that encompasses teaching in gerontological nursing and aging content, curriculum development related to gerontological nursing, interprofessional collaboration related to gerontological care, policy, and innovation, administration or coordination of aging studies, gerontological nursing education, or interprofessional geriatric education programs, development, provision, and facilitation of professional development activities related to gerontological nursing, service to the profession, and leadership in gerontological nursing. Today, we induct 17 new awardees. It's my honor to introduce them on behalf of our DEGN Awards Committee Chair, Dr. Patty Parker, the Education Committee, and the NHCGNE Board of Directors. Let's begin. Dr. Megan Arnold, Associate Professor, University of Arkansas for Medical Services. In response to the question, what was a favorite experience as a gerontological nurse expert educator, Megan answers, one of my favorite aspects of being a gerontological nurse educator has been showing future adult gero acute care nurse practitioners that our role goes far beyond performing procedures. I found great fulfillment in incorporating soft skills into the curriculum. Above all, I emphasize viewing patients through a holistic lens, recognizing the complexity and dignity of aging individuals, and helping learners develop both clinical and compassionate competence has been incredibly rewarding. Dr. Teresa Bechtel, Associate Professor, Practicing Staff Nurse, University of Iowa College of Nursing. In response to the question, what motivated you to become a gerontological nurse educator, Teresa answers, I began my career in adult inpatient nursing where I developed a strong appreciation for care for older adults with complex needs. Over time, my work in the community and public health expanded that perspective, showing me how aging is shaped not only by health conditions, but also by resources, systems, and the environment. Dr. Mary Davis, Associate Professor, Adult Nurse Practitioner, University of Texas at Arlington. In response to the question, what are your words of wisdom for those nurses interested in becoming a distinguished educator in gerontological nursing education? Mary answers, my words of wisdom for nurses wanting to become a distinguished educator in gerontological nursing education would be to never give up on your passion or dreams. No matter how long it takes or how many challenges you are confronted with, hang in there. Remember, it's your passion or dream, and if becoming a gerontological nurse educator is worth having, it's worth the wait and perseverance. Dr. Mary DiGiulio, Associate Chair, Graduate Nursing, Director, DNP and NP Programs, Moravian University. In response to the question, what are your words of wisdom for those nurses interested in becoming a distinguished educator in gerontological nursing education? Mary answers, create a plan to make sure you have the right balance of education, practice, and teaching to meet the criteria. This will provide an opportunity to enhance areas that may need attention. Dr. Chin Lan Ting, Associate Professor, Director, Adult Gerontology Primary Care Nurse Practitioner Program, Purdue University, West Lafayette. In response to the question, what are your words of wisdom for those nurses interested in becoming a distinguished educator in gerontological nursing education? Chin Lan answers, we will all grow older. Learning to care well for older adults is an investment in our shared future. My advice, start with respect and curiosity. Let older adults' goals and voices guide your teaching. Build your foundation. Seek strong gerontology content, clinical experiences, and ongoing professional development. Find mentors and be one. Learn from role models, then pay it forward. Teach with evidence and empathy. Use data simulation and reflective practice to challenge ageism and improve care. Serve broadly, engage communities, including rural and remote settings, so learners see where they're needed most. How we treat others today shapes the culture of care we will depend on tomorrow. Dr. Emily Griffin, Assistant Professor, University of Iowa College of Nursing. In response to the question, what are your words of wisdom for those nurses interested in becoming a distinguished educator in gerontological nursing education? Emily answers, as we know, the older adult population is growing and will double by 2050, which makes it critical for all nurses to develop the specialized skills for working with older adults. So first and foremost, acknowledge the importance and impact that you have working to educate our current and future nurses. This award is recognition of this work, and it feels good to affirm your roles and all the work you do in gerontological nursing education, coordination, and professional development. Dr. Lily Yuen Ho, Assistant Professor of Practice, the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. In response to the question, what motivated you to become a gerontological nurse educator? Lily answers, my motivation to become a gerontological nurse educator stems from my clinical experience working with older adults. Through my clinical practice, I've gained a deep understanding of the unique health needs of older adults and the importance of client-centered care. I'm passionate about improving the quality of care for older adults. I believe that educating future nurses is one of the ways to achieving this goal. By sharing my knowledge and experiences, I hope to empower others to provide holistic care to older adults and contribute to advancing gerontological nursing care. Dr. Chelsea Howland, Assistant Professor, University of Iowa College of Nursing. In response to the question, what is a favorite experience as a gerontological nurse expert educator? Chelsea's answer is, my favorite experience as a gerontological nurse educator is having conversations with the next generation of gerontological nurses or scientists and seeing their ideas grow as they learn more about caring for and supporting individuals as they age. Working with undergraduate nursing students in a simulated learning environment, I have the opportunity to observe and mentor them through a rapid transition of knowledge attainment to more independent clinical judgment. Dr. Alicia Johnson, Assistant Professor, University of Missouri, Sinclair School of Nursing. In answer to the question, what motivated you to become a gerontological nurse educator? Alicia answers, I was motivated to become a gerontological nurse educator when I saw the revolving door of the same older adults coming in and out of the hospital to receive care for conditions I thought should be prevented. If I saw that we weren't educating our students to care for older adults and saw the paradox of healthcare systems making older adults less well. After this, I pursued my PhD to figure out this sticky problem and bring that wisdom into my teaching and my research. I've worked to translate lessons learned from my research into unique and meaningful educational experiences, both for undergraduate students in the clinical setting with older adults and by mentoring graduate students also interested in improving care systems for the older adult. I love caring for this population and strive to share and engender that same love in my students. Dr. Katie Knox, Director of Simulation and Interprofessional Education, Co-Director, Nursing Clinical Education Center, Assistant Professor, Clinical, University of Iowa College of Nursing. In response to the question, what motivated you to become a gerontological nurse educator, Katie answers, my interest in caring for older adults started as an undergraduate nursing student. Earning a certificate in aging at the same time as my BSN solidified my interest in working with older adults in the hospital setting. As a practicing nurse, I excelled in helping families understand changes in health and older adults that may lead to hospitalization. As a current nurse educator, I ensure that simulation and laboratory experiences have older patients represented. It's important for nursing students to have experiences working with older patients so that they're ready to provide care for this specialized population as they transition to practice. Dr. Rebecca Koshalinsky, Associate Professor, University of Central Florida, Nursing Systems Department. In response to the question, what was a favorite experience that you had as a gerontological nurse expert educator? Rebecca answers, this question takes me back to a teaching in an assisted living facility. There was a student who had a unique understanding about being with an aging person and expressed concern about specific residents. The resident was not doing well and seemed to be socially isolated despite invitations to activities and social events. The student and I sat down to talk about the resident and develop a plan. Shortly after, the student was attending a chapel service with the resident who was glowing with joy. It was a beautiful moment. Later, I asked the student to share their method of intervention. To paraphrase, the student shared that they simply asked what was most important. The resident just wanted someone to sit with her while she was attending the service. That is when I knew the student could integrate book knowledge with heart knowledge and have a meaningful impact. Dr. Lisa Lowe, Associate Dean of Research Program Leader of Master in Nursing and Allied Health, Professor, St. Francis University, Hong Kong. In response to the question, who is the key person who supported you in becoming a gerontological nurse educator? Lisa's answer is, I'm truly thankful to my academic supervisors during my master's and PhD studies. They were role models to me in how they showed commitment and dedication to researching and teaching gerontology. Dr. Kathy Maxwell, Professor, Robert L. and Joyce T. Rice, Presidential Endowed Chair in Healthy Aging, Organization, University of Utah, College of Nursing. In response to the question, what motivated you to become a gerontological nurse educator? Kathy answers, I became interested in older adults from my 25 years of clinical experiences as a frontline nurse in critical care and trauma. When I pursued my MSN, I completed a CNS track with specialization in gerontology. After obtaining my PhD, my research focused on geriatric trauma, and I collaborated with nurses in acute care to optimize quality indicators from older adults. I now teach at the University of Utah in their accredited gerontology program and in the PhD program. All of these pursuits have only deepened my love for working with older adults and teaching nursing students about the aging process. Christiane Nesbitt, Program Coordinator for the Adult Gerontological Primary Care Nurse Practitioner Program, Walden University. In response to the question, what motivated you to become a gerontological nurse educator? Christy Ann answers, the desire to move into gerontological nursing and nursing education stemmed from observation that caring for older adults was indeed a specialty. I worked for many years in various intensive care units, cardiology, surgical, and medical. I saw the need to keep older adults out of that environment when possible. Moving into the specialty of primary care, focusing on the care of older adults, was an easy decision. After many years in the clinical setting, I felt the need to move into education and help develop more advanced practice nurses fully prepared to care for this unique population. Yotsuna Parajuli, Assistant Professor, University of North Carolina at Charlotte. In response to the question, what motivated you to become a gerontological nurse educator? Yotsuna answers, my experience of growing up in an intergenerational household with my grandparents, my clinical experience enjoying my interaction with older adults, and my passion to improve the lives of older adults motivated me to become a gerontological nurse educator. Dr. Caroline Stevens, Professor, University of Utah, College of Nursing. In response to the question, who is the key person who supported you in becoming a gerontological nurse educator? Caroline answers, I've been incredibly fortunate to have many visionary leaders in gerontological nursing shape my career, but if I had to narrow it down to one key person who was truly instrumental in my becoming a gerontological nurse educator, it would be Dr. Lois Evans. From my time as her graduate student at the University of Pennsylvania to over 2 decades of mentorship and collaboration through the GPNC, Dr. Evans has profoundly influenced my thinking, my passions, and ultimately my impact in the field. I have learned that by standing on the shoulders of pioneers like her, we not only honor their legacy, we carry it forward. I'm forever grateful to her guidance, generosity, and unwavering support. Dr. Hoimin Shao, Professor, Fujian Medical University. In response to the question, what are your words of wisdom for those nurses interested in becoming a distinguished educator in gerontological nursing education? Hoi Min answers, while we must teach every fact and skill, our true success is measured not by exams, but by passion ignited. The ultimate triumph is when students fall in love with serving and innovating for older adults. Once their hearts are captured, their minds remain eternally curious, and their hands never cease to create a better future for care. Thank you and congratulations to all of our new DEGN awardees. Please join me in giving them all a round of applause.